About a year ago, I created a video called Atheist Shoutouts, where I listed around 30 lesser-known atheist content creators on YouTube, as well as named some other lesser-known atheists worth following on other social media sites like Twitter and Facebook. Since then, I have come across some new people that I think are worth giving a bit of a shout-out to. Like the last video, the names here will be people that are not quite as well known in the wider atheist social media sphere, but are well worth checking out. There will be a mix in the kind of content that's being presented, so hopefully there will be something for everyone. So without any further ado, let's get on with the list. The Reason to Doubt channel consists of Jordan and Jared, and is dedicated to promoting good skepticism. Both Jordan and Jared are really smart and really well informed, with Jordan having a background in nuclear engineering and Jared being a former theologian. So you know that both science and religion are pretty well covered, and both topics are topics that they know. Not only are they really smart and informed, but they're both great guys in general, covering the topics with a great sense of humor and with a great rapport that comes from people being great friends. You can find them discussing how to be a better skeptic, religion, UFOs, the Shroud of Turin, Jesus mythicism, crop circles, and much more. Another thing to be found on there is the single best review for the film Battleship. They also occasionally have guests on there like Tim O'Neill, someone I mentioned in my previous Atheist Shoutout video, David Fitzgerald, and even me. If you're interested in atheism, skepticism, counter-apologetics, or science, then you should go check them out and show them some support. They're one of my favorite channels and really are the source for all things skeptical. If you don't know who this Goblin Queen is, then you should go check out her channel. When I made the last video, she wasn't really doing much solo stuff, but now that she is, she really shines. While not specifically dedicated to atheist content, you can find a lot of really interesting discussions from atheists and theists that she hosts. Her Debate Hub shows are fantastic and have an elevated level of conversation to most that you find on YouTube. Chesh also has a lot of great gaming content, incredible art content, and some really sharp commentary on things from social media to society. She's another one of my favorite channels and well worth you checking out. There's something on there for everybody. I first came across Chris Shelton on Twitter and found his YouTube channel through his Twitter. How he does not have a bigger name and audience in the atheist and skeptic social media sphere is a bit of a mystery. His content is aimed at critically analyzing cults and cult tactics, critical thinking, criticisms of Scientology, and much more. He does podcasts and call-in shows, which you will find on his channel. He also seems to be a really good guy and a great conversationalist. Check him out on Twitter and YouTube, you won't regret it. I can't remember how exactly I came across Scarlett's channel. When studying or writing, I generally have YouTube on in the background, and I think it just randomly played one of her videos. After that, I ended up checking out some of her other videos. There is a good mix of stuff in there, from answering questions for atheist-style videos to videos of her reading her comments and responding to people like Matt Slick. All done with a great and sardonic sense of humor. There's also lots of kiddie content mixed in with her videos too, and this is something that needs to be supported regardless of your views on religion. This is an awesome channel, and really should be a lot better known and popular than it is. There are a whole range of topics covered, mostly dealing with religious belief. It has a heavy lean towards the philosophical side of things, which is probably one of the undeserved reasons it isn't as big as it should be. You'll find discussions on Christianity, Mormonism, even Bitcoin and faith, humanism, religious deconstruction, mind, and so much more. There are lots of discussions and interviews as well as podcast content. If you're looking for something a little heavier and a little bit more intellectual, then this is the place to go. Rusty is a fellow Brit, so of course he's going to get promoted here. Though that's not the only reason I'm promoting him. I first came across his content when he was replying to one of the Trinity Radio 10 Questions for Atheists videos. He has a mix of content on his channel. Some of it is gaming content, some of it is atheist content, all of it is great. He generally comes with answers to questions that aren't just the standard rhetoric that floats around much of social media atheism, something that I can appreciate a lot. Another thing I appreciate a lot are the discussions and comments he has in my comments section occasionally. Go check out his channel, you won't be disappointed. Atheist Uprising is a top quality channel who focuses on the promotion of atheism, improving the quality of discussion that we have, and much more. There is a focus on atheism and theism for the most part, but you'll find much more than that being discussed there, including discussions about consciousness, politics, natural selection, and even psychedelics. There is a focus on discussion with many interviews with people including Josh Bowen and Cease to Know of Axioms on Trial, a channel I mentioned in my previous Atheist Shoutout video. Give the channel a try, you will probably find something you think is interesting regardless of your views. It's also probably the only channel on this list with even less subscribers than I have, which you should help to rectify. The Unrepentant Atheist channel is mostly what I would consider a response and review channel. Most of the content is the Unrepentant Atheist giving commentary on various theist appearances on the atheist experience or things like Alex O'Connor appearances. There is other content there too though, such as discussing Christianity, debate reviews, and his views on veganism, among other things. If you're a fan of the atheist experience or this kind of content, you will more than likely find something there that you enjoy. When Answers and Reason did their 10 Questions for Atheists series, Ozian was one of the atheists that responded. His answers were pretty interesting, so I decided to check his channel out afterwards and follow him on Twitter. And I've had many interesting discussions with him since. He is a rare person on Twitter in that disagreeing with him doesn't lead to mudslinging, dogpiling, or blocking. It usually just leads to more discussion. You can find a variety of content on his channel ranging from atheism to naturalism to science to politics. He often puts forward his own arguments and does his best to elevate the discourse, as does his parrot. Give him a try for sure. Okay, so I know I said these were smaller channels, and Myth Vision is actually kind of a large channel, and lots of people know it. The reason it's on this list is that it's not really that well known in popular social media groups, and I don't hear it talked about a lot by the wider community. While it's popular with a particular group or type of atheist, those looking for stronger arguments and criticisms than just there's no evidence for God or the burden of proof is only on the theist. It's a channel for those looking for strong arguments against the Bible, the Quran, Christianity, Islam, Mormonism, and the like. It's a more scholarly channel, so to speak. Derek Lambert, the host, consistently has top quality guests on there, and they're usually scholars, where they discuss the history of the Bible and the Quran and that kind of thing. So if you're looking for a channel where the quality of information is higher than the usual catchphrases that float around social media atheism circles, then this is the channel you're looking for. I've learned a lot from watching Myth Vision and the guests that appear on there. There are a couple of channels on this list that aren't specifically dedicated to atheism and skepticism, but they do have atheist and skeptic content. Philosophy Vibe falls into that category. It is a channel dedicated to giving short but incredibly useful and informative videos on philosophy, and these include information about atheism, theism, and skepticism. They also have videos discussing epistemology, logic, ethics, and other areas of philosophy, along with book and film recommendations. The videos generally consist of the two hosts picking a particular topic, like Plato's Allegory of the Cave or Aquinas' 5 Ways, and then having a brief but detailed discussion about that particular topic. There is a great deal that can be learned from these two guys, and for any atheist or skeptic interested in epistemology, logic, ethics, or more philosophical arguments against God and religion, this is a great channel. So there we have it, an updated list of recommendations for channels that atheists and skeptics should check out. These all come with my own particular biases, of course. Some of these creators I know personally, but got to know them because I like their content. Some of them are just creators whose content I really like or thought other people might like. In any case though, I think they produce content of a slightly higher quality than most, or produce content that I think many atheists and skeptics will like, but the names don't get thrown around because people favor the popularity of other content creators. And I think more people would enjoy them if they gave these channels a chance. That's all for this one. See you again soon. Take care.